Okay, so that first update was a lot of, I guess, kind of like about technical stuff. Maybe, I don't know. And I guess this one will be more about just thoughts and ideas, stories, just like not the technical things. So, first of all, I think I have poison ivy on my face right here. It's really annoying, and I like, when I'm doing these videos, I like touch my face out of, I don't know, but I've irritated it and now it itches really bad. But it's okay, I've had poison ivy before. It's funny, I haven't told this story before, but at the beginning of the trail there was, where I thought I had poison ivy on my butt. It was, it's a good time. But I hit up mom and dad and they were like, oh my gosh, so we read this thing in this like Amish natural remedy book that vitamin C is really good after initial poison ivy contact, and dad said pine needles have a lot of vitamin C in them. So believe it or not, every time I see pine needles on the trail, like as I'm walking, I'll just like grab some needles and I literally chew them. And just, I just like try to keep them in a pocket of, like, you know, like here in the back, and you just like suck on the juice or whatever, and anyways, it's weird. It's funny because I can't see your all's reactions as I'm telling this story. Because every other time I've told this story, I've been able to see people's reactions. But anyways, yeah, so I've been back on the pine needle diet, trying to get rid of poison ivy. I got it in just random spots. I got it here in my face, on my quad, maybe like 1 or 2 spots on my calves. I don't know how it happened. Maybe because I'm in the woods, I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, so I've also been chewing on some and then like putting it like right on there, hoping that like it'll just suck up the vitamin C and go directly to that spot. Honestly, it isn't too bad. Then what else? Oh yeah, so update on like my mental state. One of my friends really been encouraging me to try and what's the word? Get an objective view of like who I am as an individual and like why I'm out here. And still working on like the objective view of myself, but in the process kind of figured out like I'm not here for like the views or like to be one with nature or like even like the experiences. I'm definitely here trying to push myself, challenge myself, and yeah, I mean, it's not that I don't enjoy the views or the experiences or the people. It's just that I really found that I haven't like changed my mileage game plan or anything. To, you know, in order to see a view or in order to have an experience or in order to stay with a certain group of people. So it definitely is about, it sounds really selfish, but it definitely is like about me versus me, I guess. And just trying to like, I don't know, push myself, see what I'm made of, see what I can do. So that's been really cool, like prove something to myself. And something else that, I've kind of thought of out here is this old quote that I don't even know who said it, but back from, shout out to anybody watching from junior year in high school, what's it called, American Studies class, Miss Jennings, hey, she had a quote on her board, no man is an island. God, it was by someone named John something, maybe, but he said no man is an island, and it's kind of funny, like I feel like I'm like out here in nature and stuff and like super in the wild, and then like all of a sudden we're walking through like a cow pasture and it's super interesting. It's just like, I don't know, that this is probably not even what he meant, but it's just like even trying to remove myself from a lot of things, like I'm still very much like I wouldn't be out here if it wasn't for the people who let the AT like go through their land, or like, and I'm never really that far from society. You know, we do road crossings all the time, and you see day hikers, and anyways, it's just, I don't know, this isn't a formed thought, so I don't have like a conclusion for it, but it's just something that I thought of. Like, I can't just, I don't know, yeah. I'll come back to this. I'll do an update on this mental state, or this idea. Okay, story time. So, guess what, y'all? I've seen a bear. Don't tell mom and dad. Mom and dad, if you're watching, I saw a bear. So I was, I walked around this like big rock, and I was probably like, I'm not really good with feet, less than, like within 30 feet of a mama bear and a cub, and I was like, ugh, and they didn't see me yet, and so game plan, I'm like, all right, boom, what are you supposed to do? Like, don't startle a bear. So I was and you're also not supposed to like run away from bears, but don't startle them. So I was literally gonna like backtrack, like game plan was to walk back behind the rock and then like make some noise, like cough, sneeze, start singing, talk, whatever, to let them know that I was there, and then kind of come around the rock. But they, as I start backing up, the cub sees me, sprints down the hill. Mama bear sees me and kind of is startled and runs up the hill off the trail a little bit, and then she kind of stands up on her hind legs, and I'm like, oh crap. But I don't think it was in an aggressive move. I think she was just trying to like get a better look at like what I was. But so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to be as big as you can, yeah, so I got my trekking poles and I like raised them up and was like, hey bear, hey, and she just kind of like, her and two of the cubs sprinted up the hill, and I was like, there is literally no way I'm taking one step further until that cub that ran down the hill also comes up. So there's 3 cubs, mama bear and the 3 cubs. So finally the little cub runs up the hill to mama, and they run off. Like, I'm making a bunch of noise and a bunch of racket and just yelling at them. But the cubs, I hate to say, they were like super cute. They were so tiny that I can't show you with one hand, but they were like the size of a teddy bear, and they were climbing trees so quickly. It was outrageous. They were like scaling trees like 15-20 feet up to get away from me, and then they'd like come back down and run up the hill some more to mama bear. But it was cool. I think I'd rather see a bear than a rattlesnake. I don't like it when I see the rattlesnakes. They just stay on the trail. You can't like, hey snake, it doesn't run away. It's like, what? What's up? And no, I don't like it. But yeah, so I've seen a bear. It's kind of, I was shocked that I didn't get like as scared as I thought I would, but I think it's because I've had like a lot of time to mentally prepare about like what I would do if I saw a bear, like every day, mentally prepare. Gosh, I still have more stories. Okay, I'm gonna stop this one and do update number 3. Okay, bye.